You know what's crazy? The people who get the most attention in dating aren't always the nicest ones. In fact, some of the most attractive people you've ever met probably used tactics that would make a therapist cringe. And before you click away, thinking this is some manipulative garbage, hear me out. Because understanding these methods isn't about using them. It's about recognizing when they're being used on you. But I'm also not gonna lie to you. These work. They work disturbingly well. And by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly why. But first, if you want more raw, honest relationship advice that nobody else is willing to talk about, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video. It actually helps more than you think. And trust me, you're gonna want to see what's coming next on this channel. Alright, let's get into it. So the first toxic seduction method that gives people an unfair advantage is something I call strategic unavailability. And no, I'm not talking about playing hard to get in that cheesy way your friends tell you to. I'm talking about something way more psychological. See, when you're always available, always responding immediately, always making time for someone, you know what happens? You become predictable, and predictable equals boring. Your brain is literally wired to chase uncertainty. It's the same reason why people get addicted to gambling, why they can't put their phones down, why they stay in toxic relationships hoping things will change. The intermittent rewards, the not knowing, that's what creates obsession. So what do toxic people do? They disappear, just when you're getting comfortable. They pull back right when you're leaning in. One day they're texting you paragraphs at 2 in the morning. The next day, you don't hear from them until dinner time the following day. And there's no explanation. And your brain goes into overdrive. Did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest? Are they with someone else? And suddenly, you're the one chasing. You're the one overthinking. You're the one checking your phone every 5 minutes. That's the power of strategic unavailability. It flips the script. And here's the really messed up part. It works because it taps into your fear of loss. Humans hate losing things more than they enjoy gaining things. So the moment someone becomes scarce, their value in your mind skyrockets. You stop seeing their flaws. You forget about that argument you had. All you can think about is getting their attention back. Now, am I saying you should do this to people? Look, that's on you. But I'm telling you, if someone's doing this to you, recognize it for what it is. It's not mystery. It's not them being busy. It's a calculated move to make you emotionally dependent. And the antidote? Have a life that's so fulfilling that one person's absence doesn't shake your entire world. The second method, and this one's even darker, is emotional, hot, and cold. You've experienced this before, even if you didn't know what to call it. One moment, this person is showering you with affection, compliments, attention, making you feel like you're the only person in the world. They're calling you beautiful, telling you you're different from everyone else, making future plans, talking about trips you'll take together, inside jokes you'll have. And then, without warning, they switch. Cold, distant, short responses, no initiation. And you're left standing there like, what the hell just happened? This is psychological warfare disguised as romance. What it does is create something called trauma bonding. Your brain becomes addicted to the highs because the lows are so painful. It's like you're on an emotional roller coaster, and you can't get off because you keep hoping the next climb is coming. You keep thinking, if I just do this, if I just say that, I can get back to how things were when they were good. And that right there, that hope, that's what keeps you trapped. Toxic people understand that consistency doesn't create addiction. Inconsistency does. If they were mean to you all the time, you'd leave. If they were nice to you all the time, you'd get comfortable and maybe even take them for granted. But this back and forth, this keeps you engaged, confused, and constantly trying to earn back their good side. You become so focused on regaining their approval that you lose yourself in the process. You stop asking if they're right for you and start asking what you can do to be enough for them. And here's what's really insidious about this. The good moments feel so good precisely because the bad moments are so bad. It's contrast. When someone treats you poorly and then suddenly treats you well, your brain releases a flood of dopamine. It's relief. It's validation. It's proof that you're not crazy, that they do care. Except, healthy love doesn't operate on extremes. Healthy love is steady. It's consistent. It's boring in the best way possible. So, if you're with someone who makes you feel like you're constantly auditioning for their affection, that's not passion. That's toxicity. And you deserve better than that. Now, the third method is probably the most dangerous because it doesn't feel toxic at all. In fact, it feels like deep connection. And that method is called mirroring and future faking. Here's how it works. In the beginning, this person seems like your soulmate. They like everything you like. They want everything you want. You mention you love hiking? Suddenly, they're talking about trails they want to explore. You talk about wanting a family someday. They're already imagining what your kids would look like. You say you value loyalty. They tell you they've been hurt before too, and they're done with games. It feels like fate. Like you finally found someone who gets you. But what's really happening is they're holding up a mirror, reflecting back exactly what you want to see. They're not showing you who they are. They're showing you who you want them to be. And the future faking, that's the kicker. They paint these vivid pictures of a future together. Vacations, meeting each other's families, moving in together, growing old together. And because you want those things, you start investing emotionally as if those things are real, as if they're promises. But they're not. They're fantasies. They're manipulation tactics to get you attached quickly. And when reality doesn't match the fantasy they sold you, you're devastated. Because you didn't just lose a person, you lost a future you believed in. This method is especially toxic because it targets people who are genuine, who are open, who are ready to love deeply, and it weaponizes that openness against them. The person using this tactic gets intense connection, admiration, and very forceful, and devotion without ever having to actually follow through or be vulnerable themselves. So how do you protect yourself? Slow down. I know it's hard when someone feels like everything you've been looking for, but real compatibility reveals itself over time, not in 2 weeks. Watch what people do, not what they say. Words are easy. Consistency is hard. And if someone is making huge promises early on, ask yourself why. Are they genuinely that into you, or are they trying to lock you down before you see who they really are? Look, I'm going to be real with you. I didn't make this video to teach you how to manipulate people. I made it because these tactics are everywhere in modern dating, and most people don't even realize when they're being played. Knowledge is power. When you understand the game, you can choose not to play it. You can choose to build something real instead of something toxic that feels intoxicating but leaves you empty. The truth is, Real attraction doesn't need tricks. Real connection doesn't require games. And real love doesn't make you feel like you're losing your mind. It makes you feel like you're finally coming home. So if you're using these methods, ask yourself why you feel the need to manipulate instead of just being yourself. And if someone's using them on you, have the strength to walk away. Because you're not here to be someone's ego boost or emotional plaything. You're here to find something authentic, something that doesn't drain you, something that actually adds to your life instead of subtracting from it. And if this video hit home for you, if you recognized these patterns either in yourself or someone you've been dealing with, leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. Share your story. You'd be surprised how many people have been through the exact same thing. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to keep bringing you this kind of raw, unfiltered relationship content that actually helps you navigate the chaos of modern dating. At the end of the day, you have a choice. You can use these tactics and get short-term results with people who aren't really connecting with the real you. Or you can be brave enough to show up as yourself, attract people who actually appreciate that, and build something that doesn't require you to play games to maintain. The choice is yours. But whatever you choose, make sure it's something you can be proud of. Make sure it's something that lets you sleep well at night. Because a relationship built on manipulation, even if it works, will never give you the peace you're actually searching for. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if this helped you see things differently. Drop a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.